They really be trying me with these wardrobe changes, y'all. I need a drink. Wow. You know, my father was a big drinker when I was younger. His happy hours were from 3 to 6 p.m. And mine were the days that he actually showed up. Seemed like it only happened once in a blue moon. Still, he was my idol. I would go to bed fine while my mother was up praying she didn't see genuine drafts of his mugshot on newspapers from a DUI, and I DUG myself into a hole of emotion, wondering why. You know, they say alcohol affects 30% of car collisions. My mother was a nervous wreck. I felt like an accident, and there he was on another fender bender trying to crash on a couch every weekend. You see, years before quarantine, Corona masked his breath, and he kept a safe distance away from me. I remember that day I asked my dad, "Why do you drink?" He said, "Because I thirst. I thirst after something to fill that void. Lost loved ones, childhood trauma, the bottle he was fond of, till one day he stopped taking what's on tap to the head, thought for himself, and was pointed to the temple, and he poured his life out." And then I started drinking when I got to college. I never faulted my father. I knew how to keg stand up for myself. What I didn't know was how easy singles turned into doubles, doubles turned into shots, and a $100 bill turned into $9 and some change. Some change. That's what was needed. I mean, I was in Bible college, a straight shooter, rarely chilled. During the week, it was hermeneutics class. On the weekend, it was beer pong, and I was very skilled, but I was playing a game with my spirit being tossed back and forth, and my cup didn't runneth over. No, it was barely filled. This is the IPA tour, right? How was it I could easily remember Jim, Jack, Johnny, and Jameson, but forgot about Jesus? The one who wore his crown royal, followed by 12 disciples. You know, they say 1 in 12 men develop an alcohol disorder. Of the disciples, I wonder which ones would Philip drink. You think Philip drank? John, Peter? All I know is Simon says I was making the same moves as my dad. And I asked myself, "Lord, why do you drink?" It's because I thirst. I thirst after validation. I wanted to be the life of every party in a living room, but nothing but death comes from dying to be accepted. And speaking of dying, if I could go back to when they chose to kill an innocent Savior and saw him hanging on that cross when he said the game's over. You see, Jesus didn't have too much to drink the night before, but he did have a 6-hour-long hangover. And on the cross, he uttered those words. He said, "I thirst. It is finished. You're replenished." Thirst, he quenched it. See, we know how the devil works. So whatever your vice is, give it to Christ, because if you drink of the living water, you will never thirst. So whatever's in your brown paper bag, let the Savior have his way with that, because when it becomes last call, what you want to hear is, "Hey, the gentleman with the crown, he paid your tab."